Really.
Technical difficulties. But
Oh my God,
wait,
those
not
were
really.
beyond technical difficulties.
No, this is a new podcast.
I guess, man. Yeah, yo. What's up? How you guys doing?
Chilling.
You chilling, Tarot?
I think that's what happened. I started off the podcast. I said how you guys are doing.
Yeah, you did.
If we break the normal protocol,
Shit hits fan.
the technology.
Fuck around. Find out.
But then you gotta give them context, and if you want to start there,
Oh yeah, we lost like a whole 30 minutes because of load shedding.
We're recording again.
Yeah.
We have to keep the same energy we had. And that was the one that was going to go viral.
Yeah.
so this
Exactly.
is just like substitute energy right now. We're giving you our second best.
Yes.
Our second best.
Yes. Fucking Christ.
It's like if someone, like if you're working with like an artist and they say, I do have other projects on the side, so like, don't tell me that.
It's also like repeat the joke.
Don't tell me that.
Let's
Yeah.
repeat all the jokes we had last time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we said something about dogs. What about dogs?
Just running back.
White people and dogs, what now?
I mean, we had just started on this one, so this was great.
We can go in.
Yeah, I was just letting you guys know that white people treat dogs better than us.
From your perspective.
And from yours,
I can't say that without facts.
okay.
Because I grew up treating my dogs fairly well. So,
Your dogs, you.
yeah, I had dogs. I grew up with dogs. Yeah.
Okay.
One of them was Slopey.
Did they sleep in the house?
And no.
That's, see, a major difference.
That's not treating a dog well.
Okay.
Can I tell you something? First of all,
It used to be wolves.
they used to be wolves.
And now.
Then they cut them down to dogs, and then they cut them down to chihuahuas, whatever the heck that is. Now, first of all, I know. Look, every dog has its utility. The smaller they become, the more emotional we can rely on them. Apparently,
Emotional
if you-
attachment or something.
if you rub its head or its belly, you feel better about yourself.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sure. I mean, for me, from my experience, and I know I grew up in a wild place, so it's not like what you guys are saying is true. We don't have the facts on who treats dogs better, but come on, guys, are we really? You guys really? Is
You
it really-
cannot have the facts and then say, come on. But
No. But
come on.
you said you fairly treated them well, and
Yeah.
he's saying, and I said, do they sleep in the house? You said no, and
No.
and already there's.
But
there's
they
the
still
big-
animals.
Okay. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, white people get to a point where they even sometimes put the animal life over humans.
Okay, let's do this. In the whole world,
That's
right?
not a good thing.
Which
it means the dog is being treated well.
which continent do dogs
I don't
live
know.
the best?
Do you think the dog wants that?
Once what?
Don't you think it wants to be a wolf again?
Ah.
So why do you have it? So treating it well was to
For
is to
protection.
leave it.
It's a symbiotic relationship. We lived. That's how it started. We
I don't-
started with them.
I don't think Oprah's dog's protector.
One at a
Exactly.
time. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't think Oprah's dog's a protector.
No.
But also, I was just going to ask, which continent are dogs the happiest
Tell us
out of all the? I'm asking you. It's a question. I'm
can't
posing
answer
a
that
question.
where the whites are.
My
Where the white
goodness.
people are.
Yeah.
Well,
In your eyes.
Okay, guys, just to make it clear, I'm not trying to start some shit. Like, I was at Amarantia, and this is my experience, sure, and it's isolated.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm just like, we have other things that we are good at, and we use dogs as like utility. They protect us.
Yes.
They're bred to fight. Like sometimes it's just they're strong dogs. You don't even hardly see black people with like really small dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
That's tough.
our environment dictates what kind of animals exist within.
yeah, and our environment is like we have other things that are more important.
Yes, like safety. So if you're going to be a dog, be a big dog that
But
protects you.
also, we have like problems. We have like certain things. Like in Soweto, like treating a dog well is not like, okay, I'm not gonna say we don't. We do treat them well, but there's other things that take precedence, more of importance in our lives.
Yeah.
So like a dog is not a priority.
I will say
I
this.
don't know about that, man. But
Yeah?
yeah, you were saying?
I was thinking, I mean, because now, like, these dogs that live indoors, they have, like, medical aids.
Yes.
The dogs in
Did yours
Soweto,
have medical aid?
they don't.
No, we couldn't afford that for ourselves.
Dogs don't need.
So that's why.
Pay them for the dog. No, we were just poor. That's it. It's not like we were treating dogs badly. We were not in the environment. Like we didn't have, an access so that we can give our
Yes.
dogs medical aid.
That's. I'm not saying we're bad.
Do you
I'm
think
just
white
saying
people would pay?
wait. Jesus, you've been interrupting. Jesus
bad.
Christ.
My bad.
Jesus Christ.
It's excitement. Excitement on my behalf. I go. Do your thing.
What I'm saying is like a matter of fact. I'm not saying who's better. I'm just saying we're not in a position to treat dogs at that level, right?
Yeah, but that's not to say that, like, they treat them better. It's like we treat them as well as we can for the
Yes.
situations that, we have.
True.
Yes, but one is better than the other.
Can I?
As a fact,
You can.
as not like as a
You can.
not as a we are bad for what we have. We do the best. Like you know what I'm saying. We were raised somewhat good. You know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying. Like we have our dogs will get a certain energy from us, and sometimes it's like rough because we are in a rough time. You know what I'm saying.
Okay.
And I was at Emerentia. Let me finish that story. I was at Emerentia walking. I was walking, and this dog came up to me and started barking. And the owner apologized for it. He's like, "I'm sorry for my dog barking."
All right.
That doesn't happen
That's
where
love.
I grew up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like,
Beautiful.
Hey, dogs bark.
Okay.
When he apologized for the dog barking, I was just like, oh, yeah. I guess you're supposed to apologize for that. That's a misbehaving dog.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So I remember going to the East Rand.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been going for about 2 years, and when I got back, the most jarring thing for me was seeing a lot of homeless white people. That confused the heck out of me, because in South Africa, homeless people are black people. Right? You just expect that. But I've been seeing like more and more of that, and it's like, damn, like times are really hard, I guess. And with that being said, I passed a squatter camp, right? Where there was like white people who lived there. Now I wonder what the relationship with those dogs and those people are, because there's white people there living there, poor white people. I wonder if their dogs are happier than the ones in Soweto.
Yes. So that's my thing. It's a situational thing. So it's not white people, it's people who have money. Treat
That's where I
dogs.
was.
That's
yeah,
way better.
That's a
than-
better way to put it.
Yeah.
Because if you have money, then you got
You can do other stuff.
access
with
to take
money.
care of other things.
Okay, so I'll rephrase it.
Go.
People with money treat dogs well.
There you go.
That's also a little
It's tough.
bit tough.
More,
That's very tough.
generally speaking.
As a condition, as a situation, they can provide the dog with.
They can. They
Yes.
have the
They
ability
can.
to.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
It's
have
way
the ability.
better, yeah.
They are not better.
They're not. I don't think those guys in the East Rand are going out of their way to give their dogs medical aid when they don't even,
I would argue they treat dogs better than us.
Even when they,
They're a madman.
Even without.
even when they're poor and they're just trying to have a meal, and this
Same.
dog comes in and is trying to sniff it. Come on,
Have you seen that?
have you
though?
seen people getting like
Have you seen how they pet their dogs on the side? But I've seen that too. But
where, bro?
okay. No, what I'm saying is a little bit tricky.
It's
let me
very
try-
tricky what you're saying.
Let me try get my words here. It's rich people have better relationship, not better relationship, but they can treat dogs better.
Jesus.
I think that's a better place. That's a better thing to say
Yeah.
than just white people. I think white people kick dogs too.
No, that's not the conversation.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like treatment of the animal.
Yes.
Like some people get
Also,
upset.
what? Okay, can I compliment white people in this podcast?
Our workers, of course, anyone who deserves praise must get
sure.
their sweets, bro. What is that?
You can,
No,
you
but
can
no.
say whatever.
No, but here's my thing is anyone who deserves the accolades needs to get them. Like there's
Yeah.
no need for you to like bro, if white people are killing it, they fucking killing it. If you're doing good in what you're doing, then you're doing good.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's not what I was
And one of them is
arguing
treating
against.
the dogs well.
That's because they have generally in a position to take
Generally, also
care
tough.
of dogs better.
Fair.
We don't have the statistics,
Yeah.
so
I don't know, man. If you had a long day and there's still no food at home and there's a dog.
but that hits everyone. Long days hit everyone.
Long days, yes, long days hit everybody.
And we have
Yeah.
long years.
And yeah. I'm just saying that like some dogs have gotten kicked, and they don't deserve it. I don't agree
Oh,
that.
for sure.
I don't think that any dog that got kicked deserved it.
Shout out to the SPCA.
And this is dogs, not animals. I think we have somewhat of a better affinity to animals.
Which one?
Like in terms of like how we treat animals. You know what I'm saying? Like from again, no
Yeah.
stats, from my experience.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Limpopo, generally the vibe in how we treated animals there is way better than we do in Soweto, for instance. So like I've had a different experience where even my grandfather, as I was walking around with him, like the treatment of animals was just like much better. You know, we treated animals well. Like I remember I killed a chameleon. Not killed, I didn't kill. I actually hit it and I bruised it.
And it died.
And he
didn't-
died later.
No, it didn't die. It didn't die. That was my first encounter of like how I should treat animals. My grandfather was like so angry at me at that time. And he took the chameleon, he went to his hut, he treated it, and then he gave it back to me and it was like, nurture this thing, don't hit it. And from there, my relationship with animals changed.
How did you nurture the chameleon?
I just ate, what did I get? There were bugs at the back, and then I just like moving it around, and it was bruised at that time. So I just left it there around, put some bugs around it.
What did you hit it with?
Rock.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But you're saying there's nobody like your grandfather in Soweto, like somebody who's like that.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What do you say?
I'm saying my experience, I got bit by many dogs in Soweto.
Yeah, but that's not to say people are treating those dogs well. That dog treated you terribly. But
Really? Is that?
yeah, I mean that dog is probably trained to attack, and you were within the vicinity to attack, and you got attacked. It doesn't mean that in that house.
Okay, sure. Then all of the dogs and most of the dogs in Soweto are trained to attack.
Can I
Most
just
of the
say
dogs
something?
in the suburbs as well.
All
Well, why are they in the parks?
I mean, that's a controlled environment.
Environment controls the dog too.
Yes, it does. But I'm saying, like, if you walked past whatever house in the suburb and the door was and the gate was open, you don't think you get chased by the dog?
If I was in the house.
No, if you were walking past and it was like an attack dog type vibe.
I don't know if it is it an attack dog. Okay, so an attack dog. I don't understand what you're saying.
You're basing it off of one dog that chased you, and you're saying,
No, not one dog.
okay, several dogs that chased you.
7.
7 dogs.
No, I was out and about in Soweto, bro. I moved around. There's more than 7 dogs have chased me.
Yeah,
4 have bitten me.
I
I've
guess.
seen
Man.
a lot of dog fights.
here's the thing, man.
What's the thing, Mukha?
Johannesburg in general is a starving place. Everyone here, including the animals, are starving. Everyone's starving here, right? So everybody's biting each other. Even people are biting each other. So if we are here in Soweto, there's a dog. Yes, it's like roaming the streets and whatever, but it's still like generally speaking, it's a hungry dog. Have you ever thrown a bone at a dog and it was just like, nah, I'm good today?
Yeah.
That's a dog either in a suburb or in a village. Those dogs are happy dogs.
Sure.
If you come to Johannesburg, just a city where everybody has to be independent, including the dogs, then you're getting bit.
All right, fine. I'm good with this dog chat. Like, at the end of the day, it's about wealth, right? It's not about the race.
It's wealth.
I'm with you guys.
Yes, sir.
Had to unpack it for myself.
It's good to unpack it.
Yeah.
It's good to unpack it.
That's nice. That's nice.
Really nice.
Did you guys want to go?
Did you guys see the AI generated anime show?
Yeah, you just showed it to me.
Yeah.
I saw clips. And it's good.
It's tricky. Yeah.
Still
I mean,
kind of has bugs, but it's kind of good.
I mean, it's also rotoscoped, and it's not like there was a lot of cleanup, and it's pretty messy.
Yeah.
But it's saying a lot about how quickly this AI thing is progressing in terms of
Yeah. Yeah.
the artwork side of things,
It's
which is really scary.
It's making the impossible possible
Yeah.
in many ways.
Most people
Yeah.
are not artistic, so I think we're fine still.
What does that mean?
What does that
Most
mean?
people are not artistic in the sense that,
Let us-
yes, when you're born, I don't have that.
Cool. It's fine. As we were.
Anyways, we tend to lose our artistic sensibilities like at a young age, and then the more and more we grow, we just kind of forget about it. So most people are not artistic in the sense that they don't concentrate on the artistic parts of themselves. So when these things are coming up, and there's AI and all these things, yes, there'll be people who are able to use them, but most people won't be able to use them to do the things that they actually want to do.
We learn, man.
So like, I still don't like everything that AI does is like amazing for us. It's if you're, yes, it's rotoscope, but like there's always a way of using that in a way that works. So even let's say like the acting or the kind of movement that you use, if you're acting in front of the camera, the choice of editing or cutting methods, it's all, if you have those things in your arsenal of skills, then you're fine. You can use that, but most people don't have that. So I think we're fine. Yeah, sure, like everybody's gonna get cut out every now and then, but for the most part, I think AI is fine, man.
So you think it's good for the industry ultimately?
Everything is good for the industry,
I don't know, man.
all of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like maybe there's parts we're missing. So it's like, sure, it's rotoscope, but the backgrounds live, and if they are rotoscope, cool, that's great. But it looks great. Like the backgrounds are all kind of great. They the lighting, the mood of the backgrounds, the scenes, they look believable, and they look like they're almost there. That's the thing with AI right now. Everything looks like it's almost there. And so right now it's at a place where we are all just kind of using it as a tool,
Yeah.
It's not a thing that we can rely. Well, when I watched that animation, what is it called? Do you know what it's called?
No, I don't.
Yeah, we'll plug it. But the way it's shot, I could watch that and I could enjoy that. And someone else who has a less of a keen eye to animation and the beauty of animation and the meticulous things of like line work, cell shading, they can watch that and enjoy that. And that says a lot. Is it taking people's jobs? It is, but is it also making other people's jobs easier? It's also doing that. So it's like a tricky place to be. Animation and animators are very powerful in that they are very specific. They can push shapes, they can push movement to places that you're only capable because you have a creative way of thinking, and you aim to make something feel different and feel epic and good and natural sometimes. And there's like a human touch to animation that is going to be hard to replace, but there's some beauty in the idea of animation being done in such a quick way where it can serve as storyboarding, it can serve as idea building, it can serve as a pitch. You're pitching an idea, you're pitching a show, so you can quickly do it in your back room and go like, this is an idea, but we can elevate it with human resources and more kind of manpower to make this thing as beautiful and as refined as possible. But it's a great jumping off place, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's only taking. Well, from the anime I'm seeing, it basically, since it's rotoscoped, it was only the textures on top of it were made to look like anime, and I'm just thinking that's a whole color department or texture department if you're talking about 3D, and that's like, I don't know how, like what else it's doing in terms of how much was done with the AI, but that's a whole lot of jobs, and this thing is still in its early stages. So in that side of things, and already our industry is pretty cutthroat. So adding that to the mix, I'm not sure. It's like,
It's a new style, guys.
So let me
tough.
ask you this. You get a team, 100 people, to color a movie, right?
Yeah.
They take 3 months to color a movie. You get to a point where AI, you can plug a movie in, and it can do that in a week. And then you take other people to clean it up for the next month. So now you can, the whole movie is colored in a week, and then the other people can come and refine it and clean it up in another month. So now you have 1 month and 1 week, the whole movie is done, as opposed to 4 months.
I get the time saving aspect. It's just it's a slippery slope, because once you start adding like colorists, like what's stopping it from doing the rest of the thing, you know?
No, but I'm asking you, what do you put precedence? Like a company choosing to do something in a month, or a company choosing it to do it in 4 months, just because there's 100 people who need a job. Like for me, it's like this thing is inevitable, right? So people, if you're a colorist and you are choosing a job, okay, this is a wild take, disclaimer, wild take. If you're a colorist and you're choosing a job that has a potential of being nuked being replaced quite easily with something robotic like AI, then you need to find creative ways to plug into this system, this new system, right? Because it's now a new system where you are potentially introducing something that will threaten your job, it will threaten your livelihood, but it's also very much inevitable. Because at the end of the day, it serves as a thing that will cut down time to a very drastic level.
When you say colorist, are you just talking about people who put color onto already animated shots?
Yeah, so I'm just kind of making an example of what AI can potentially do at a simple level right now. I'm not talking about the other stuff, you know, because AI can do so much more.
Exactly, that's like the slippery slope I'm talking about, and I would always prefer like a highly skilled team. Like if you were to ask me if I would either work with a computer or work with you guys, I'd obviously want to work with you guys on a project. So that's why it's like,
so
it's
you
tricky, because it
mind.
would eliminate, like if it's able to do whatever you guys can do, it would eliminate that humanity or like the personal side of things that, you know, you have when you work with other artists, other skilled artists, not just, you know.
And I get that. I mean, and it's like we work together and we take a year.
Yeah.
As opposed to
Yeah, it's not
2
long,
months.
man.
It's not, but if you
I mean,
compare to
versus
2
like
months,
the 2 months, but it's also like a machine.
I think it's fine. All of it is fine. Like AI and technology is designed to do all the things that people find to be tedious and annoying. Like being a colorist is not something that you aspire to become. No. Actually, no. It's like being an in-betweener. No one is like, oh, I want to be the greatest in-betweener. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as
there's some valid.
Yeah. So
There's a valid
it's like
argument there.
you know you
Again, I don't know if there might be some.
No, I mean there is, and if there is, please, I don't know, comment and then prove me wrong. But I don't think there's like the greatest colorist. There's no such thing as the greatest in betweener. You know how to put shots together. No, but it's not even wild, bro. Come on, like
It's not.
It's not wild. It's just facts. Anyone can do it. It's like, in fact, when you get those jobs, it's mostly because, let's say, you're an intern or like you're starting out. You know, you're learning the process of animation. Like,
so how would the intern start out now if they can't do that work?
We'll find other things.
Okay. I don't know, man.
Maybe you just do that work like
I don't know.
I don't know. Within that process, maybe you might have to. I actually don't know, but you might have to learn other ways.
But with new technology presents new things. That's the thing we keep limiting ourselves with. You know what I mean? Because there's always a beginner at some point that with a new technology. So right now, AI is coming through, but AI doesn't exist without somebody assisting, somebody prompting, somebody saying directly what to do to make the AI do. You know what I'm saying? And even after the AI has done something, there are still errors. So there is a need for cleanup. And How's take is a little bit wild, but you know what I'm saying, like AI is a needed, clean up is a necessary job, and it has some level of respect, you know. But
I don't.
a good cleanup artist can now plug into a system where they're working in tandem with AI. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not disrespecting the process of animation. I'm not disrespecting the in between thing. I'm not disrespecting the parts of animation that, frankly, irregardless of how you take it, dude, like no one goes into like an animation studio and they're like, you know, if they ask you, oh, what are you doing there? You're like, oh, I do in betweening. Unless you really love that project and you're like, oh, I'm working with this director and I would do anything to just work with it. I will even do in betweening. It's like one of those things. Like I would work with the greatest director and I'll just hold a fucking boom mic. That's what I'll do. In order for me to be in the same space as this guy, I will hold a boom mic.
Yeah, and you
that's
need
what
to
it is.
do that.
You need to do that. But
For sure.
if there's a tripod that can hold a boom mic, why are we paying the guy who holds a boom mic? I don't know. You know,
But like,
it just is what it is. Like you know,
Yeah.
I get it. We're trying to be respectful of people's jobs and whatever. Like I get it, you know. But
Nah, but
Every
we
process is
have
important.
to move to creative places. Like
every process is important, and yes, with new technology comes, you know, new responsibilities and whatever. But those responsibilities are not going to be taken by interns. In fact, if you on an animation project, you probably have like maybe 50 cleanup guys. When AI comes in, you probably need like 5. You probably need 5 guys to like maybe overlook all that stuff. And all that, like out of all that 50, you're going to take the best 5.
yeah, but
That's what I mean. It's like you're always going to take the top notch all the time.
it would be a sad day when, like, something like Into the Spider-Verse, the process of creating it just is now limited to like a cleanup process. Like it's got to the point where like all the latest animated films are now all you can do in it is be like a cleanup artist. Wouldn't that be like a terrible time?
that's a good example because Into the Spider-Verse was attempting to look 2D.
Yeah.
So all the 2D cleanup artists are eliminated. It's a 3D movie, and it has strokes and it has cartoon effects. But there's, you know what I mean? They collaborated with the best cartoon artist
Yeah.
to extract a style. So all the people who were actually going to be doing the line and all of that is now done in
keyword people.
No. All the people who were going to do that.
People still.
No. Who
Worked
were going
on
to
it.
do that? I'm about to finish.
Yeah.
Are not there because it's in 3D now. You know what I mean? 3D eliminated the people who were going to actually draw every frame by frame. 3D now, see, 3D became this new technology that came into the industry and disrupted the 2D animation. But those things still exist. 2D animation still exists. 3D animation still exists. AI is another genre that needs to be welcomed in the same energy.
Nah, you in 3D you still need the 2D artist to give it that look. Like that's the you see a lot even in what's that latest show? My Dad the Bounty Hunter. The main character designer did everything in 2D first, and then
Character
they
designer,
yes,
which exists in 2D too.
yes, exactly. So those work in tandem. I don't know if the same can be said about like AI.
So that's the way that stops. Everything has a place where it stops. So the 2D animation where you're 2D character design, it kind of stops in a certain place. And then now in the 3D world, now we are talking to a animator that is animating not in a frame by frame pencil. So that guy is no longer animating.
Yeah, but they need the 2D references.
Yeah,
They
but
do
that's
need
where
that.
it stops.
Not really. Like even in Into the Spider-Verse, they still needed to refer back to the 2D artists to push some of those.
But they don't get
shapes.
the same animation team. They get one person like Mkhause.
All I'm saying is it's more cohesive with the 2D, 3D chat versus the AI, which I feel like is just eliminating.
No, it's
a
the
whole
same
bunch of-
chat.
I don't think so.
You know why? Let me explain why it's the same chat, to Mkhause's point. So 2D had a group of people. A character designer, a layout artist, a storyboard artist, line artist, cleanup artist. So that
Yeah.
was there, right? So now, in 3D, who's not there? Cleanup artist, animator, 2D animator, frame by frame, they're not really there. The whole team is not there. 1 or 2 people will be there for draw overs. But now the whole team of animators and in-betweeners and in-between and colorists are not there. So that's eliminated, right? No, let me finish this thing. So now those are gone, right? So that's another place where that has been eliminated. So in AI, who are eliminated? The cleanup artists again, because they're not going to be cleaning up. It's going to be like a few. We're going to choose the best from the whole group of cleanup artists. Even animation will be done in AI. So a few will be eliminated, but the best to overlook the product will be there. But another job will come from there.
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I don't know.
That job would be people who are actually programming and putting the prompts on, like, oh, how to animate this.
But where's the practical? Where's the pen to paper? Like,
But where is that in 3D?
It's still there, man. Like,
They
work in tandem.
Remember when you're animating in 3D, you were using your mouse.
Yes.
Yes, that's not pencil.
But okay, I think I'm coming at it from a point where there's still a big 2D animation industry, and there's still a big 3D animation industry, and there's a world where those guys can work together, and I've seen it happen very cohesively. I don't see how that is happening cohesively with this AI without a lot of people like losing their jobs, like a lot, in an inhumane amount of people.
And that's fine.
Oh my God.
No, but
here's the thing,
chat
dude.
is all these genres are staying. The new genre comes up.
And it doesn't need as many people.
And it doesn't kill 2D. It's just a new genre.
I guess that's what we thought with 3D, and it didn't really
kill anybody.
Here's the thing, dude. Like, everything has its process. So, for instance, right, like 2D used to be everything. It used to be the whole process from start to finish.
Yeah.
Now 2D is mostly pre-production stuff. It's character design. It's 2D. It's like it's background. It's storyboarding. You know.
Yeah.
And then now, 3D is mostly production based.
Yeah.
You're not going to be character designing with 3D things. That's ridiculous. You draw, take the drawing, create the character, because it's much quicker. It's also just, you jot down ideas. You think on paper, and then you produce on computers, right? And then now, AI is the next one. It's like the step after computers. It's like it's making production faster.
I hope
It's getting to it feels that way to me when I see it. It feels that way.
And it's a new genre. Think about it as a new genre.
It's also a new genre. Like you can have, let's say, the whole animation in 2D, or you can have it in 3D. You can even have it in VR, I guess, like it's a, if you want to do a 360 thing, you can also just have it in AI.
And we are also using words that, a new vocab for what AI breeds has not been. You'll start seeing new words come out because we are only using words that limit us from the past. You know what I'm saying? We are using vocab like, texturing is the same as cleanup. It's the same as color, but now in 3D it's called texturing. In 2D it's called cleanup. In a sense, like these two words are almost similar, but now we are moving into an AI. A new vocab will come from AI because it's a new field, it's a new genre. It tackles something new because it's not quite 3D, it's not quite 2D. You know what I mean? Like it is its own thing that is being fed by a whole library of a mix of things, and it's creating something new. Even the textures, they look off, they look right, but they look different. It's attempting to be 2D while it's looking 3D. So it's a whole new thing.
Yeah, I think the new vocab is unemployment.
I think, and with that unemployment chat, I want to say, and as much as I said, like when you said a whole lot of people are going to lose their jobs in an unhumanely, manner, and I was like, that's fine. Not in an insensitive way, but it's like, if it's gonna happen, then you kind of have to be fine with it. Like you cannot beat it. Like it's just one of those things where it's inevitable.
Man, I wish you read like
it's not
Marvel comics. You're very much like Apocalypse.
No.
He's like survival of the fittest.
It really is. Like that's what the world is. Like
Yeah.
we would love to take anything Like if you're weak, you train, you get stronger, so you can become part of the people who are at the front. That's just what it is. In every single level of life, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Like if you're empathetic, fantastic, you are those people who get to help the people who are on the floor to get on their knees, maybe, get on your feet
would
at
love
some
him.
point, and then walk,
It's literally
and then
like that.
eventually run and maybe fly one day.
Yeah.
We
I
need
hear you,
people.
though.
Yeah, we need people like those. So, but I'm just saying that like the world just runs on efficiency, and that's what AI is.
I guess, man. I don't know. I'm very wary of it. Like, it's not.
I get it.
I get why it's looking good to you guys, but I'm erring on the side of caution whenever I see some new developments regarding AI and art and all that kind of stuff.
I think I believe in people. I believe that people always have a way of solving their problems, regardless of what kind of hardships kind of face them. So
guess.
even with AI, when it comes, yeah, sure, will be, a lot of people will lose their jobs, but also a lot of people will find solutions within those things. It's like sometimes the way to find your path is so you can kind of like get taken away from whatever it is that you're currently doing that's not for you. So if you get fired, it's probably a good thing that you do get fired, because in that way, in fact, if you get fired from your job, especially retrenchment vibes, it just means that you were not necessary for that for that company at that time. Like you're not a piece that is needed within that company to run. So you need to find a place for yourself where you are useful enough to not be, just chucked out.
I guess, man.
Yeah, I guess there's like nuances. I think
It's redirection.
in this chat, just to make something clear about AI, we're not talking about the stolen goods. We're not talking about the
I love how you called that. Yeah, stolen
it's
goods.
stolen
It is
goods.
stolen
bro.
goods. It is.
It's stolen goods because it's like they feed in the style of a certain artist and they kind of
That's
now
what I'm
regurgitate.
worried about.
That's stolen goods. That's different from the power of AI. I'm separating what the technology is capable of and how
politics.
How the monster eats is different from that it eats a lot. You know what I mean? Like I'm acknowledging that this monster eats a lot and it's so good at eating.
And that's fine.
But how it's fed, I'm not the fan of that.
Here's the thing.
That's my thing.
Like without taking people's work and kind of like using that as a prompt on the AI software, how do you know what AI can do anyways? Because AI can only take from what humans have done. Like AI is us. AI is take what people have done and do a thing with it. That's what AI is. Like it has to take people's artwork. It has to take all these things to experiment.
No. Has to. You're right.
Has to. It
The
has to take
artists
a
have
prompt.
to be compensated. That's true too.
Yeah, but like also, like as soon as you post your stuff online, I get it, right? Like as soon as you do a thing, it's your artwork, you deserve like all these things. But as soon as you post your work online, to a certain extent, it's not yours anymore. It's for everybody. Everyone can use that thing.
That's cap.
That's tough.
It's not cap. It's not cap. It's not.
No. They can what? They can use it in their heads. It isn't like inspiration.
You can use
But
it-
If
yeah,
they're
but-
using it for profits, that's cap.
That's
As
different.
you can definitely use
Which
it because
some AI programs are doing.
Yeah, that's cap.
No, not necessarily. I'm not saying like you take the exact thing. Like if you created a picture on that book, I'm not saying take that exact thing and then
That's what AI is doing.
that's not what it's doing.
No, that's it.
It's taking a bunch of things and it's combining
You
stuff
can
to
tell
create something
AI
else.
to draw in a Van Gogh style, and it will do it.
And that's also fine.
No, that's stolen goods.
How is it stolen good?
It's a style that someone developed.
And
Cultivated over a long period
did
of time.
Van Gogh kind of like I don't know. Everybody's always stealing, man. Everybody's always stealing.
Yeah, but when a corporate is doing it to make profit, that's different. Like if you're stealing to grow and you're stealing to kind of
Learn.
learn and you are actually changing and you are creating something new off that thing you were inspired by, that's different. But when that prompt says, draw this in Van Gogh style, and it does that, that's theft because you've taken someone's work over the years and they've cultivated and they've refined their style, and now you fed it into this machine, and now it regurgitates something quite similar and very accurately close to what you've cultivated in 5 seconds without compensation, and that person who has built that program makes money from that, that's cap.
So how are you gonna go against that then?
You compensate. You don't go against. You compensate whatever you can to the artist or to the family or whatever.
So if it's a combination of 5 different
I
artists,
know it slows down the process because it's so much easier to just, you know what, let's put this thing out there. But it's the right way. And
yeah, it's the right way, but that's not the way it's gonna happen.
no, it's not.
Like we would love.
That's not the way it's
guys.
happening.
Look, you guys misunderstand me. I know what the right way is.
No,
like
no,
I'm
no,
not
you're
saying
right.
people should be cheated out of the things that they deserve and whatever. But I'm just saying that like the way in which things work out is you use the thing will churn out whatever it does, and people will put in whatever prompt they wanted. To
I'm
produce.
always at a tricky spot with that. You know what I mean? Because I know how the world works. You know, they're gonna do whatever they want. But if they're not met with restriction, if they are not met with a fight, then they can do even more. Like,
true.
There has to be some there has to be some pushback, because at the same time, this is the pushback that is needed. Like, you can't just steal shit.
Yeah, can't just.
It'll get to a point where you have no say in anything, and they'll just keep taking.
This is
So
anarchy.
it has to, yeah, just chaos. So
I get it.
I'm
It's-
happy to
it's-
move on to.
It's the nature of anything that is new. There's
Yeah.
no regulation.
Yeah.
And that's just what's
They
going to
take
be happening
advantage of
right
that.
now. And so until we get to a point where people can like even just like identify 5 different people who, because that's kind of what we do as well. Like you're like all these books, all these are different styles that you're taking from, right?
Yeah, and
Like when you've created a
Yeah.
character from taking
I'm
all
with
of these
you,
things,
yeah.
like are you compensating all these guys then?
no, I'm with you. Like, I'm at a tricky place, because you know why I'm with you? Because it's like you do so much research, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's say ChatGPT, you study something, you study cats. Nah, that's a silly topic. You study animals, you study a specific animals, you
Study
study
disco.
You study you study a specific animal that has not been explored. And now you have so much information about this animal,
Yeah.
and you now can share it with the world.
Yeah.
And then you plug it into ChatGPT, and somebody has your study at their fingertips.
Yeah.
That's great, right? It's great for humanity, because now
is.
people have taken your research
It
and they've spread it into 1 million brains who can take that study and do something with it. They can now extract what that bug can do. That bug can go invisible. Now we can really tap into invisibility, the potential of it, because now there's like 100 brains working on this bug that turns invisible. You know what I'm saying? Now you can actually, now you can actually do some effect. So I'm like really torn, because it can really accelerate our growth and blah blah blah, because now you've made your information and your research public, and you've given it out there to the world to explore.
I hear what you guys are saying in terms of it make like it's almost the same as us like being inspired by various artists and like coming up with our own artwork. But this, I think the part that's not good about it is what you guys were talking about in terms of it's there's no compensation for the artist's work, that's basically been fed into these various programs, and it's like it's weird, man. Like I don't
I
know what it means.
I consent. Take my word.
I don't know what it means
I
for the
think it's
future.
okay,
I don't know
man.
what it means for the future of art.
It's fine.
Everything I've put online, I
Oh my
consent.
goodness.
It's yours to use.
Everything you put
Freely.
online is for everyone.
Oh,
to take.
What does that mean?
You want to
What
put
do
my
you mean?
artwork on a T-shirt? Put it on a T-shirt.
Are you serious?
I consent.
Wow,
He's being facetious.
he's not.
Nah,
I hope he is.
no, go for it. It's
I
100% everyone's. It's public domain.
Because here's the thing, man. If you put your work
Just
out
give
on,
me 10%.
There we go.
There we go.
Compensation. Fucking compensation.
Yes, that's exactly.
Jesus
It is
Christ.
exactly that. Yeah. I'm just making a point.
I think it's,
Anyway, I think that was
fine.
that
Take
was
it.
good.
Take
That was
it.
good. Have you guys seen the latest Rise of the Teenage Mutant, not Rise, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
No,
trailer
It's so
film.
good.
the film like
The
real, like
trailer,
live,
trailer.
Yeah, the animated. There's a new.
animated.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fast
Haven't
forward
seen
for
that.
you to see this. Yeah, so I mean, it looks really good, man. The style
So sick.
is fantastic. I like also how they're leaning into the childishness of it.
I love that.
Like it's
aspect.
very playful, even with the art style. It's painted, you know. It's almost I don't know who's that 3D artist who added like paint strokes on like characters and stuff, but it really looks like that. It looks like something new, which is exciting.
Yeah, I think technically it looks like something groundbreaking and new.
Yeah.
It feels groundbreaking is. I
Tough.
think it's tough because.
I mean, we have
seen
seen it, but
we've seen elements, but now it's really done well.
not at that level.
Yeah, that level is really good. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it. My little thing about it, it's like it's a little thing that I like and hate. You know,
Yeah.
it's acknowledging too much of the old school Ninja Turtles.
Ah,
I love and hate that.
this is the same Bonnie chat. Like,
Yeah, it's those shapes, you know, those.
Pay
those
homage
old
to that. I
school-
get it.
It's a beautiful homage, and I'm just like, I would love to see the new one, you know.
I think that's a sensibility thing, though. I don't
It
think
is, it is.
But also, yeah, you like seeing something new. Like if we see it too much, it's like the same shape language over and over again. I think could be.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
I
it gets
love the
old.
story of the kids, man. They're like young.
Yeah, they leaned into the teenage side of
Teenage
them.
side. I think the casting of the voiceover is a little tricky for me because they kind of sound the same.
Yeah.
I was a little annoyed that they sound the
Oh,
same.
I hear what you're saying. I said yeah before even understanding what you said.
Yeah,
but I
they
hear what you're
kind
saying.
of sound the same. It's like I would have loved to hear a little bit of distinct differences between the characters.
Yeah.
What do you think? Immediate thought after watching the trailer.
But that's interesting. I need to rewatch it and check the voices out.
yeah,
It didn't jump out to me as something weird.
I saw it and
I hate it.
I think when I was watching it, I was like, there will never be a style in the world that we create that dies, because that's, you know, obviously 3D animation, but they took a 2D style that looks very rough and like grungy.
yeah,
Yeah.
It looks very nice, but it's like 2D will never die, 3D will never die,
yeah.
AI
Back
will
to
never
AI.
die. No, it's just none of it will ever die. Like everything has a beauty about it that should just be kept. You know,
Yeah.
and it depends what the director's trying to do with that film at that time to achieve whatever goal they have in mind. So I think it looks beautiful. Like aesthetically, it looks really good.
Not the window, the camera. Sorry.
Is it still recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, as we were. Sorry.
So yeah, man, I think it's it looks beautiful, man. It's
looks so
it's
good.
always nice to see. You know what it is? It's like when you take because when people are creating concept in 2D, you kind of like people obviously have different styles, and
Yeah.
sometimes you don't necessarily get to see everyone's style interpreted into 3D because they clean it up and they refine it and everything.
Yeah.
This does not feel refined and cleaned up.
No.
It feels very rough,
Rough,
and still
yeah.
like still within that pen and pen on paper color on textured surface. It has that kind of thing to it, and they found a way to merge it with 3D, which is beautiful to see.
And it's young. I can't wait for that. The youthful energy, because the previous movie was just like, the previous movie with the CG and the very realistic one,
Adult.
the adult one, that was good too. Like they were all good in their own way, you know. So pretty excited to see this one.
Yeah, but doesn't it speak to? I think we spoke on it a few episodes ago, but like how powerful an IP is. A single good IP.
Single good
Like
IP can go a long way. Man.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Such a
Yeah.
simple premise. Like
Yeah.
And it's doing like
And it's-
different things.
it's been going for years, bro.
That's amazing.
Years. You only need that one idea that just I don't know. I don't even know what it does because it just it's able to reach everybody's imagination equally. I don't know, like it's doing a lot, man, and that's
it's-
all
it's
from
sub-
just one idea.
And it's also surprising. Like it's Mutant Turtles. Like it's like
It is,
it's
yes,
so surprising,
it
and
is.
it's like whenever they'll do it, it's one of those timeless IPs.
You can keep redoing it.
like it's so timeless, man.
It is.
Like
Yeah.
we like thinking that way is so hard, and I mean this goes back to the like. Remember the cartoons we were raised by, like
Yeah,
Cartoon Network was the OG, bro.
yeah,
Like think about Cartoon Network. Ed and Eddie.
yeah.
What is this?
I'm waiting
Cowardly
to hear
the
this.
Cowardly Dog.
Okay, cool.
That
What else you got?
fucking Samurai Jack.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool.
Samurai Jack.
Yeah. No, those were good, man.
Blue. The Imaginary Monsters. Wait, was it Imaginary Monsters?
Foster's Home for
Foster's, they're blue.
Imaginary Friends.
That's classics,
But
bro.
yes, but is it doing the same as
Code name.
Kids Next Door? But
Oh my.
I
God,
hear,
you're
and they're
taking me
very
back,
good.
bro.
They're very good. Are they doing the same as Ninja Turtles in terms of reuse value and like I don't even know what it is about it, but like
No, for sure. I mean,
they
that's
keep
different.
doing like
Is it
you
only
know?
action cartoons that can go that far? Because I mean, can Peppa Pig do the same thing? Because Peppa Pig is pretty good.
That's tough.
It's big. It's a big franchise within
Peppa
It
Pig
is. It is a big
Yeah, it's
franchise.
pretty
Let
big.
me put
You know,
respect
and
on
it's
that.
doing different
Yo,
things.
put
you know.
respect on Peppa Pig.
Put respect
bro.
on Peppa Pig. Oh my
Don't
god!
you dare touch Peppa Pig, dog. Might be better than
Shut up!
TMNT.
Shut up!
TMNT. Not better, but yo, numbers wise.
It probably is though. No, it probably is.
No,
though.
Hey
most-
man,
it's actually-
TMNT been around. Let's not.
No,
it's
no,
not
but the
even.
numbers are different.
No, the numbers are different because it's been around.
No, the numbers are different. Like that movie is not gonna touch Peppa Pig.
Not the movie, the IP in itself. We're talking,
Yes,
yeah,
that's
Even
fair.
that, everything
That's
about
fair.
it. Like Peppa Pig still wins.
that's tough.
No,
I'm
no,
telling
long.
you, bro.
No.
I think so. I think
Listen,
so.
my friend.
No, listen.
We don't
My
have
friend.
to do this because we don't have facts.
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
No, I mean, look,
but
look,
also
look,
we
look.
do.
No, but okay, fine. We'll look up the facts a little bit later.
Is there anything else that's at that level? Do you think?
Peppa Pig.
Like any you
Better
get
than
out.
who?
Get out.
Better than
TMNT
what?
in terms of
Leave.
IP.
Dragon
Yeah.
Ball. Dragon
No,
Ball.
No.
Pokemon surpasses TMNT easily, hands down. Not even touching it.
Wait, so you guys are saying Dragon
What?
Ball is less than TNT?
Yeah.
No, Dragon Ball is
Really?
not. I don't think so.
Oh no, yeah, it's
Dragon
above.
Ball is-
There's a
come on.
lot, dog. There's a lot.
Is there a lot?
But Dragon Ball
Hello
Z,
Kitty is also tough. Hello Kitty.
yeah, it has its audience, I guess.
Yeah, but I think it's the same Peppa Pig thing. It has its audience, but it's not as.
But Pokemon
They've
has
been-
ended.
No, but they've been. It's something that they keep revisiting over and over and over again. So it's like
But Pokemon's done.
it has staying power.
My question was,
Yeah, it does.
is it only action, shows that get to live that long? Because if you think about Dragon Ball and let's say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, those are all action. Like, can you ever have like for
Hard to
instance
say. Mickey Mouse has been around.
Mickey Mouse, but like is there like a live action? what
Tom
is
and
that?
Jerry is the longest one running. That's not action.
No,
that's
I
beyond
mean-
TMNT.
No, but it's
Tom and Jerry.
No, but I'm talking about like, okay, look, the Turtles have been turned into different types of films over the years. Like you have
There's
live
nothing
action,
like that.
You
I don't
have
know.
you have simple animation, you have cell animation, you have line, you have all these different things. You have 3D.
Guys,
it's lived
Tom
throughout.
and Jerry has lived in all mediums.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
You guys just haven't seen them. And you guys are talking about TMNT in only movie form. It never existed in like okay.
Okay.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
Cap.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Cap,
the,
kitty, cap.
like an IP like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't think it exists
No,
because
but
it's
Mickey
existed in
Mouse-
all genres.
No, but Mickey Mouse
In all genres.
is not like
Yes, you guys have not seen Mickey Mouse.
no,
in
but we
3D.
have to tick all the boxes. Does it exist in live action? Does it have like
Yeah,
a full film
like
that
a
is like
real CGI Mickey Mouse.
yeah, because Mickey Mouse was great for back then, and it's like an image for Disney. It's a logo for Disney, basically.
Yeah, sure.
But it's not a thing that is like, oh, we can't wait for the latest thing. It's like we're adapting it into a new style. You can never everything we just said right now about this new film, we can't say about Mickey Mouse. And we can almost even say the same
So
thing
there's
about
nothing
Dragon
you guys
Ball.
are
And
saying. There's nothing surpassing TMNT.
yes, but my question is action. Like, is the only thing that goes that far
Yes.
action?
No, but we are missing a big part that is within TMNT, which is like the comedy as well. They're still pretty playful, even
It's really main action though.
yeah, but
How's right?
but they do have.
It's mainly action.
Okay, just have action and no, just
They'll
have comedy
fun,
and
but at night they have to go fight.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is imagine if they were only funny. Yeah. Imagine if they were only funny and then they never fought.
No, they
Okay,
could
that's
never.
tough.
We basically have
That's- yeah.
Teletubbies. We have Teletubbies now. That's
It's a
what
good
that is.
balance of both, and it also has like drama and all the other stuff. But it's a
mainly
good thing.
fun,
It is actually. I mean, it's something I like a
So
lot.
it's definitely
so,
action then.
Yeah, it's your target market.
Yeah.
So only action can live beyond most genres.
As an IP.
Yeah.
I don't think like mainly action. Like your, I don't think your whole story is just like fight scenes.
I know, but it's
No,
around
this
that
is
though.
mainly action. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like Dragon Ball Z as like
I get
son,
it.
father and son.
Yeah, yeah.
But
the
it's
fighting.
it's how we got to the fighting that makes it good.
But we're always gonna get to the
fighting.
fight.
I know. I'm just trying to find a way.
You're not saying how we got to talking about our
The crying and
you're
stuff
saying
and drama.
how did we get to fighting always?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to this way. Oh, but we got to it this way. But we got to at the end of the day we're getting to fighting.
I just don't want to disregard all the other genres.
But it's
like,
fine if you do,
know?
because they don't matter when it comes to that kind of thing. Like, no, it's not even wild. It's like,
Yeah,
if
it's
you-
like a,
No,
it
no,
just,
I
it
hear
just
what you're
is what it
saying.
is. Like Peppa Pig can't do that. Like Peppa Pig is like,
it's not leading to fights.
it's Daddy Pig, bro. Like,
I mean,
what the
give
fuck
it
are
to
you-
me and I'll,
It's
If
Daddy
only.
Pig.
yeah.
It's Daddy Pig.
Daddy Pig is tough. Like an action movie called Daddy Pig.
Daddy
And
Pig.
he has to get back Peppa
Hey,
Pig.
yo.
Somebody kidnapped Peppa Pig.
There we go. You can do
You
it.
see,
That would be
fighting
interesting.
again.
But yeah,
But
it
that's
looks cool.
TMNT looks dope.
Sick. Can't wait to see it.
Beautifully.
Exciting times. I can't wait to see Spider-Verse, man. That's coming out soon.
Yeah, pretty soon.
But anyway,
People keep clickbaiting me, you know. They're like, oh, this is the latest
Trailer.
And I'm like, I keep clicking it every time. I fall for it every
Yeah.
time.
for
Like,
Spider-Verse.
new scenes, yeah, for the latest Spider-Verse thing. I
Not
click
trying
on
to
it
See that.
I'm not trying to see anything.
and I'm like, damn,
I'm not a big fan of trailers
got me again.
because I know what they sell. Like they sell the objective to get the ticket. So I'm like, you guys got me. I'm in.
I'm in with the first movie.
Don't worry about me, bro. I'm
Yeah.
not watching this trailer.
Yeah.
I'm going to the movie with a fresh mind, with just like I haven't seen anything. So I'm trying to avoid trailers for the things I enjoy. I watch trailers for the things I'm not sure of. I watch trailers like, oh, this is nice. Okay. Let's try this out. Let's go. Okay,
Yeah.
you got me. But if you have me, trust me, I'm not for you guys. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm not watching trailers for Spider-Verse. I'm not watching trailers for. Didn't watch a trailer for Avatar, Way of Water. I knew I was in. All those kind of movies. I'm just like there's
They show
those-
too much.
Yeah, it's like
It's a lot. Show the whole film.
yeah.
You guys should try The Good Liar. It's a good movie.
I haven't seen that.
I
You
know.
should- You should plug us, man.
Yeah, it's a good liar.
You should.
Some old guy
Alright.
lying to people and shit. It's got a very nice. You never expect the ending. It's always nice. It's always refreshing to watch a
Surprises
film
are
that's
great.
like, wow, the ending is crazy. But like the ending is, you love it.
How old is it?
What do you mean?
Like, is it a new movie?
Don't wait.
Shout out to the old movies.
I don't think it's that old. It's probably like 2015, 19. I should check it up.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's pretty recent.
Okay.
If you like surprises, you're gonna love the film I worked on. Oh fuck! I can't see that.
Oh shit!
You gotta bleep that stick. Lovely.
Yikes!
Yeah, if you love surprises, you're gonna love what we worked on.
Yeah.
Kizazi Moto. It's gonna drop sometime later this year. Good times.
Yeah, definitely bleep that, but yeah, shout out to
Anyway.
Kizazimoto.
Jesus, it's a wild thing.
The president saying all you need is ANC.
Oh my
That's one of
god.
the
So
things.
yeah, the president is campaigning and election season's coming up. And he said only the ANC can solve your problems. Ramaphosa kicks off 2024 election campaign in KZN. So that's what it's.
Only the ANC can solve your problems.
Yeah,
That's so bold. Love that.
it's bold. It's very one thing about
It's
it. It's bold.
giving.
It's yeah.
I think
Who you voting for?
I think he's right. I think only ANC can solve your problem. I think only ANC can solve your problems.
Based on
Let me explain.
okay.
I'm talking some bullshit. This nigga's going crazy. Like he's a little bit corny. I feel like I don't know, man. Like our president is not. You know what? He's not a wild card per se. He's not a wild card, but at the same
He's
time,
the furthest from a wild card.
he's not. I feel like he does nothing to like affect change, you know. And so, I mean, I will be voting for sure, but it's like, and it's gonna be the first time I vote.
Cool.
It's gonna be the first
Who
time.
you voting for?
I don't know if I'm gonna vote, man.
Because if you vote for EFF, you're voting DA.
What?
Yeah, it's a coalition then. No, I'm being serious.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know this. Is it?
Here's the thing,
Is it
here's the
cap?
thing.
I don't politics.
I nigga, damn.
I don't know anything about it.
Do you know why I'm saying this?
Why are you saying this?
I'm saying cap.
Okay.
You can tell us why you're saying. But
Because
from what you said, cap.
because all the legislation kind of goes hand in hand. But of course, no, listen to me. Listen to me. The image of EFF is obviously like black empowerment and all these things and whatever. But for the most part, they know that capitalism is the thing, bro. You can't operate this country without money. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
coalition with DA?
It definitely is that, man.
From what you're seeing.
It's not even from what I'm seeing. It's literally stuff that I've heard. I cannot explain it properly right now because
Okay.
if I do, then I'll definitely get the so-called facts wrong for sure. But
No, say what you
Coalition.
say what you
I've said it. That's all
Say
I
it.
know.
Oh, I can
That's all I know.
There's a sniper aimed at his forehead.
but
Who are you voting for? Before you butt out of this one.
All these guys are the same, man. Like, here's the thing. They're all the same in the sense that it really doesn't matter who you vote for. Behind closed doors and like all the things that we do not see, they kind of all work together. Like these guys are boys, you know? No, they are.
Wow.
No, they are. They are. Because look, there was a time a while ago when Julius was like, you know, like fighting for Jacob Zuma to go to jail for all the crimes that he's committed and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, a few months down the line, he's having coffee at his house and, you know, they're all good now. It's ridiculous. Like, it's like, what are we doing exactly? Like, which side am I supposed to take when people are acting a little bit crazy? So, politics is really just really good at acting. And it's just like, it's the management of people. And you need to keep up certain perceptions in order for people to go a certain direction. Politics is the manipulation of people. Not necessarily the manipulation, but it's management of people. And sometimes managing people means you have to manipulate.
Also,
it is what it is.
Yeah, like election season, like I don't know what it brings. It brings in a lot of like, you know, what he's saying, which is like, I don't know if I see that like when it's not election season. I mean, I guess you do have to campaign. Again, I know nothing about, you know, politics, but I always see the spike in like whatever public opinion.
It's not as difficult.
It's
Like politics are not as difficult. I'll tell you that. Like
What do you mean?
like politics are simple.
go on.
Let me see where I go with this.
Yeah,
But
because
No. Over the years, it's like politics have been this glorified thing, and I'm that facade is gone, bro. Like, hear me out. Like, it's like
I'm listening.
there's always been a separation between the people and the politics. It always been kind of presented as this like somewhat intellectual thing, and we are right here because we can't understand the shit. Bro, politics, our politics, what's happening in South Africa, like, there shouldn't be that much of a separation. Like, this thing is simple. And because I'm basically saying nothing so far. But what I'm saying is, when you watch politics and you're seeing the things that are actually happening that are presented to us, it's a jungle out there. It looks crazy. It's hard to respect. Like, you saying you don't know means you saying, I disrespect this place. I don't care about this place. I don't trust this institution.
That's a jump. But okay.
No, but it's true. It is really true. Like, do you have a respect for it?
I mean, it's not good what I see happening in the parliament meetings and stuff.
I'm touching on that. Like the youth and people who are watching this, like, there has been less dignity in our politics in the very longest time. Like, the things the clips that are coming out, you know, the corruption that is happening. It's hard to put stake in this thing. So I can't now saying politics is something in South Africa specifically is a thing I put in a high regard. Not from what I'm seeing, not from the corruption, not from the clips coming out, people fighting and how they are holding themselves in parliament. It's a shit show there, though.
I think
that's a part of it. That's a part
well.
of it, right? So for me, that's why I'm like, I'm no longer separating. It's like, you know what? The power is with the people. We are above politics in a sense. We are above the parliament. Let me say that. Like, the power is with the people. You are us. We are the people they are serving. This thing shouldn't be tilted this way, where this thing is like a place to reach. It's like this intellectual house where decisions are made for us. We make the decisions. So but I'm saying the mindset is not like we should separate ourselves from this house or separate ourselves from this place. You have the power to make the decisions. You should take that responsibility. The responsibility is in your hands. Sure, find a way, be involved in your way, find the answers, you know what I'm saying? Because if a state is corrupt, which parts of it are corrupt, it is up to us to find the answers, it's up to us to take control. It's not a thing we should keep allowing to happen, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm like stopping this separation between people and the idea of politics. It's not that difficult, guys. Politics are not that difficult. You know how to operate, manage your group of friends. You know how to make a party, invite friends, all come together at one place to make a decision for a whole community. That's politics. You can't do that in your own friend group. That's running a country. That idea of organizing your friend to do something good is politics. So if you can do that, you can do it at a higher level. So there's no separation. That's one.
I think if you're not going to vote, which I'm assuming a lot of young people are not going to do because we kind of don't care, it would be within your best interest to at least like get your own personal life in order. And I guess it's a little bit difficult, obviously, to get your shit together when your environment is kind of holding you back.
It's tough.
But at the same time, I know, look, the masses have the power, yes, right? But so does a herd of zebras against 4 lions. You know what I mean? Like if all those zebras just kind of like turned on the lions and they're just like, nah, bro, we're not doing this. It's capped for the lions. It's just not going to happen.
It won't happen.
But the thing about, existing within a group and, the masses of people who get controlled by a small minority is we in as much as I would like to think I have a different way of thinking, I think exactly the same way as the general, normal South African.
That's great self-awareness.
It just is what it is. Like if these guys wanna, like, these guys can control me, bro. Like if you cut my power and my water, I'll do anything to get that shit back.
Yeah, got you to
like
do a lot
take
of
away
things.
my necessities, bro. You got me. Like you got me. Like I'll listen.
Especially if you can't get
So-
those necessities back
Yeah,
easily.
yeah. I mean, at the same time, the thing is, it's like, you know, in as much as yes, you can control me. Like, there's only so much abuse I'm willing to take. You can control me, but to a certain extent. Like, at some point, if I get to a point where I'm not, if you take away everything that I value in my life, you have taken away all the things that I have to lose, and now every action I take from here on will be that of someone who has nothing to lose, and so I will act accordingly.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm just like, it doesn't have to go to that.
It doesn't, but it might. But also, that's the worst case scenario. That's the
It
worst case
doesn't have
scenario.
to that's why we have Fees Must Fall. That's why we come together and kind of show that we have a voice. You know, it's like, does it make a small impact? It does, but that small footprint does go a long way. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
That's really my stance on this thing. And I'm like, I would love, okay, let's see where we go with this election, because it's looking bad for the ANC. Like from what we're experiencing now, it's kind of wild, man.
I don't think they're gonna
the
lose.
power has been, but they're gonna be shaken.
Is it?
They are definitely gonna be shaken. I mean, there's a lot of numbers for sure, but it's gonna be shaky, bro.
It's gonna be the lowest you think it's ever been.
Lowest it's ever been.
Yeah, it's tough.
Lowest it's ever been for sure. I would like to see some parties come together. Like the best deal for ANC is to come like a coalition. How I was saying that should happen with some party. Well, I think you know what a coalition does.
What does it do? Because I genuinely don't.
So this is a coalition, right?
Yeah.
So if I go like, yo guys, so and so is offering 100 million, so we're only gonna talk about certain things from now on.
Damn.
What a coalition does is Panda says damn. So I already said yes, but Panda said damn. So now that reframes my mind. I'm like, oh shit.
I mean, what do you mean? What can't we talk about?
Yeah, but I'm taking this money so that we can be limited. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I'm valuing money. You, on the other hand, value freedom of speech.
In this
So you are
context.
like, nah, we can't do that.
Yeah.
That's what a coalition does. But if I'm alone, I'm ANC, I'm like, all right, guys, I'm taking this.
Divide and
But
conquer.
so a coalition kind of, if one party wants to be corrupt, so I'm ANC, I want to be corrupt. You are EFF, you are like, nah, we serve the people. I'm not saying these are the values, but I'm saying if these two ideas
Example.
it's an example of two ideas that are, one is corrupt, one is pure. A coalition creates that balance. You hold me at a higher standard, and I have to do the same. If you go corrupt, I go like, nah, we don't do that.
But what's stopping the more powerful side? Let's say the more powerful side is the corrupt side. What's stopping that from having the most say?
They can't, because that falls apart. The coalition falls apart because you will keep fighting, and you will expose me,
But will they
and I
ever
don't want to
come-
be exposed.
Will they ever come to a consensus then if they're so, diametrically opposed?
The consensus doesn't even have to exist. It's just an acknowledgement that even if I'm thinking of corruption, I have to think twice because I'm in your presence. That already changes the dynamic. It already leans towards a better dynamic, as opposed to if I'm alone, I know corruption is easy because I can just, with my friends, I can go like, oh, let's do this, let's do
guess.
this. But with the presence of you in there, my corruption is limited. I will be corrupt, but not to the degree where I'm alone.
Yeah.
There's a voice of reason.
Yeah.
That's a coalition. That I think our country would serve better under a coalition. Because of that, is it possible?
I think that, look,
Unlikely.
look, if two parties come together, so according to me, a coalition is basically the coming together of two different parties for a common goal,
Sure.
right? So leading the country is what I would think the common goal is for every party, you know. But I feel like they have different values. So, for instance, if EFF comes together with the DA, like for me, those are polar opposites. It's like, you know, the one guy is all about like, you know, empowerment of the blacks, you know, and taking away things from the whites. And the other side is, what is the other side about? What are they doing? I mean, look, wherever it is that they lead, it seems as if things are working. But also, it seems as if the people who exist within those places where they lead get, I want to say they don't necessarily get all the benefits that everybody does. So there's like a bit of discrimination from what I can see. You know, it's like, you know, Joburg and Cape Town. It just feels weird being in Cape Town for me. And I guess for me, it's like wherever it is that I go, I'm not one to try and exist within spaces where it's like just like the upper echelon. I like to be in different spaces. I like to, you know, go to places where everybody exists. If I'm going to go cut my hair, I'm not doing it. Where do people cut their hair in Cape Town? I'm going to Wynberg, for instance. I'm doing it at Wynberg. I'm getting people who can cut my hair properly, you know, and that's mostly in certain types of neighborhoods, right? And then you'll go to like, I don't know, what's the nice part of Cape Town?
Muizenberg?
If you go to Muizenberg, for instance, right? It's a different story. They all feel very different, and I feel like within those spaces, I think that's the only thing that kind of like makes me feel a little bit finicky about the DA is that, you know, it's like so, it's a little bit polarizing in the sense that, you know, people who are really struggling are proper struggling, and people who are succeeding are really succeeding. Whereas in Joburg, it feels like there's a balance. You know, there's, you know, yes, we have neighborhoods that have the rich and we have neighborhoods that have the poor, but like at some point, these people are gonna, like, they're forced to come together every day and I guess like work with each other. You know, like even when you go to the home affairs, like you just see like people are just forced to stand that long ass queue.
Yeah,
you must.
But it goes down to politics are simple. You know what I mean? Like what you are saying is like, if I simplify it, and this, I do understand simplification does not take certain things into account, but the simplification is almost like I'm taking what feels like the majority. So black people are a little bit apprehensive to be led by white people. Simplified. Right?
A little bit apprehensive.
Little bit, just a tiny little bit. So I'm gonna simplify it in that sense. So even they understand that. Like for instance, a DA would understand that. So they'll put a black figure. You know what I mean? So it's like a way to kind of introduce, and it's like it's a good move, because if you are potentially a good leader, try to actually serve the people you're trying to lead. If you're a good leader and you're trying to serve black people, you're gonna almost like pander in a sense. And I'm trying to simplify this because it's very simple, right? Like you're gonna try to pander, and if you're gonna get a black figure to introduce more of a black demographic, that's great. If your intentions are really to be good, that is great. Do whatever you want. But the relationship between blacks and the whites is always going to be a little bit apprehensive. So that's where the power kind of leans as well. Like
I think
in
the simplification of the whole thing, it's kind of like the whole thing of like, you know, everybody being Zulu. You know, it's like in an ideal world, how do black people just get along and, you know, stick to one plan?
Yeah.
You know, it's like we all just belong to the same tribe. That way, in as much as we can have our little differences and whatever, we know we are one tribe and we have one objective. It's like when you're from a certain family, you know the general struggle of the family, but you know you're one family and you know that you all want the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what a tribe is for me. And so
I'm not sure if we want the same thing.
I'm wondering if in South Africa we could. I know we don't want the same thing, but like there's definitely something out there that is good for everybody, generally speaking. Like generally speaking, like everyone wants lights. We agree on that. Everyone wants water every day. We agree
Basic
on that.
necessities, man.
Everybody wants like if everyone wants their kids to have good education, we agree on that, right? So it's like, what is the most convenient? Not convenient, but like what would be like the compromise for everyone? Much like with everybody being Zulu, what's the compromise in politics?
You know, okay, you had something. I don't want to cut you off.
I just wanted to say that again, I don't know much about politics, but
You know all of it.
yeah, it's probably
There's no part of the politics
the
you don't know.
surface. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it is gonna take a while for everybody to ease up to the DA being in power, but what we're seeing from our current leaders is not leaving a good taste in the mouths of like the people I know who were avid fans of the ANC, and now from over time and them seeing all these things coming up, it's getting close. They're leaning, more to the other side each year, basically, with all the things that they're seeing. So it's like, it's tough now, but like as time goes on, if like what Moha was saying, if you don't, there's only so far you can push someone until they're like, you know what, fuck it. Like,
and I'm gonna wrap this up with this. Like from what Moha said, what is our one common goal as all of us?
Yeah.
And that is hard to get to. You know why? Here's another simple example. A rich person can afford to put their kids in a somewhat of a good school, like a great school.
Yeah.
We would struggle to get to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we already have different wants. I already have the want I need. I need to get to that want. And now I need someone in between to mediate between us.
Yeah.
So that mediation is like, in order for me to get to a good school, I might need to take away from him so we can somewhat find a balance, right? That's a mediator, right? Because you already have it, right? You already have the access. You have abundance. You have so many things, right? But this one doesn't have it at all, right?
Yeah.
So a mediator is right in between. He has to mediate between these two. So he's not going to want that. So he's going to really hold on to what he has. He can't even sacrifice a little bit for you. So that's where the government will struggle between mediating between these two polar opposites. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because how else is this one going to get to a good school?
Yeah.
Because it has to come from somewhere. And if it's coming from the wealthiest parts of it, that means it's taking away from them. And that's another simple way of looking at it. That's why I'm like, it's going to be hard.
It's still tricky, man. It's like what you're saying is there's a lot of levels to consider, like, what you just said. So it's not as simple as us, just all coming together and doing a thing. But you know what? Maybe it is.
Yeah. And that's why different parties are kind of like, you know what? We're going to just target the blacks.
Yeah.
Because that's us. We have some sort of a common goal. Like EFF would like, oh, look, let's get the land. That's it. Oh, we can rally to that. Because, there's a goal. There's something that kind of feels like it's going to empower us. So we have like a goal. So when we rally against that, when we rally towards that, it feels like we are moving together. So that feels like there's a common thing that is happening. But I don't know. I don't know where we're gonna do it, like how we're gonna do it.
Man.
I think that the politics of basically everywhere it would be nice if we would concentrate on people who need help the most first. Like we prioritize people who need help the most. Ideally, in an ideal world, because I'm trying to think of the like a common ground where we can all kind of like operate from. So if we all have systems put in place to help people who are poor and just struggling in life, that would be great. But at the same time, we need help from people who are already doing well for themselves to chime in. It would be the most ideal thing, but because of course especially given our history and everything, like South Africa, literally in the world, if you can Google this now, it is the most unequal, economically speaking, in the world. Like
For sure.
like we have the biggest gap between poor and rich.
When you see it,
That is insane. That is, I think, our biggest problem. I think that is South Africa's biggest problem, is the economic gap between the rich and the poor. And, I don't know, like it almost seems as if people are just comfortable with living in this space because, yes, if you're rich, you want to live in a gated community, you want to bump up your security. Like security, if you own a security company in this country, you are balling. Because everybody needs security, like especially the uber rich, like they need that kind of security because they know what's going to happen if they don't like make the walls a little bit higher. So I feel like if we all acknowledge that poor people need help, then that would be great to help. But at the same time, I wonder, as we're talking about this, like, does the world need? This is going to be a wild thing to say. And coming from me, that must be like, because I'm thinking about
Say
this right
it.
now.
You can always
know, man.
bleep it.
Like, do we need equality? Like, is not even do we need equality, but is equality realistic? I don't think it is. Like, to be honest, I genuinely think it's not.
No, that's not a wild thing. Yeah.
I don't think equality is realistic, but at the same time, I feel like, maybe we should try to lessen the gap so that, we don't have like people who are literally starving from starvation. Starving from starvation? What the fuck?
you got it.
You're starving.
Yeah, you got
Starving
it.
from poverty.
Yeah.
Starving from poverty. That's starving from poverty, and people who are just like, who just cannot even relate.
Yeah. My thing is to that, we're not asking for equality. We're asking for opportunity. You know what I'm saying? That's different, you know what I mean? Because opportunity now gives you
For what?
for opportunity for the same opportunities you have. Like what? Like
I don't think so. I don't think we're looking for the same opportunity. I think we're looking for more opportunity. In fact, we're probably looking for way more opportunity than the person who is more privileged.
how so?
Because look, if I'm gonna catch up to you and you've had like 5 generations of like success, you and I do not deserve the same opportunities. Like my opportunity, like you and I don't have the same starting line. Like you can't put me at the same place and say, run. We're not running because you, my man, are in a jet. It's not. You're gonna come up, pull up next to me. I'm on a donkey.
So I'm not
And you're
saying
on a-
put me in a
like,
CEO.
You're in a Mustang.
No.
Yeah.
The opportunity is not put me
different
at a
thing.
CEO position. My opportunity is put me at a school. That's the
That can
opportunity.
teach me.
That's the step. That's you know what I mean. And I'm not saying put me. I'm just saying
Which school?
a school that can lead me to that place.
Schools actually do a thing where they like you can't just go into any school. So if you are like it's this it's all kind of dependent on which district you're from. So if you're from Joburg and you're around this space, then you can apply to schools around. But then if you want to apply for a school that's a little bit further, you have to have you have to justify why you want
How's
to
the
go that
kid
far.
getting there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
makes
not even transportation things. It's like
No,
environment.
I
It's
know
just-
what you're saying, but that's
Yeah.
the thing that is part of the problem.
That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you there.
But that's opportunity. I don't have the same opportunity.
So you're saying that like everybody should be allowed to go to the same school?
They should
They
be
should.
allowed to be exposed to the same education.
If not more, is what
That's
Mahal
what
is
I'm
saying.
saying.
Oh, you
That-
also saying
it's
that?
like being exposed to the same education.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So that for me, over time will help. And I'm just like, you
Does
know,
that-
Yeah.
Does that then mean that like private schools have to then allow for kids who come from poverty-stricken places to just come in? Because they definitely can't afford to be there. But can
Yeah,
they
but
be
they
part
need-
of the schooling
but
program?
they have to be aids for them to get there. Because this is not like it's partly a white versus black, but it's also like a wealthy versus poor.
It's
Yeah.
mostly wealthy versus
It's
poor. 'cause
becoming
I-
wealthy versus poor the more.
I think
time
it's
goes
mostly
on.
that
No,
because
it's not mostly that. It's black versus white because
historically it's black versus
not
white.
historically.
Economically, it's rich versus poor.
No, it's all the same because how you accumulate your wealth, if you accumulate it because of an oppression, then it will always be white versus black.
Some black people gained from the oppression.
Yeah,
But
but
it's also,
That's like
you know,
wild. Like it's
how is
like-
that wild?
No, it's like you're right, but it's a pointless information because it's like
Most people did not. Most
No, no,
black
no.
people did not gain
it's
from
not
it.
even about most people.
But a minority.
If a system says you are underprivileged and you still benefit from that system, that's like the system was against you, bro, to start with.
Yes.
So to say they benefited, the black people also benefited. It's like a pointless thing. It's like they benefited in a system that is against them.
A majority of people.
Even
Tough.
the ones that benefited.
Majority of the ones who benefited are a minority. It's like a bit of a mixture of words there, but like a minority of black people benefited from the struggle, but then a majority
Yeah.
of
but it
white
will never.
people.
At the end of the, what I'm saying is like it will never be like a wealth versus poverty because it's not that. If the wealth was built on the black, it's like it's tricky.
If it was the other way around, man, it's. I don't even think it's a race thing. It's money thing. Like slavery is money thing, and then like that whole thing turns into a culture thing.
I'm trying to look at the time, and I'm like, okay, that's another one.
I
we can
know.
get into it. Sure.
I know,
Yeah.
but
no, but we should also
no, I'm just thinking, dude, everything in the world is related to money. Like the world is capitalistic, and that's just the realistic thing about it. It's like even with the art stuff, we
But if
use-
it was capitalistic, then why are you using a certain race?
Can I tell you something? It is all based. Look, according to me, right? I feel as if
Why was the system oppressing blacks? If it
no.
why-
I will tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why I think that's the case.
Sure.
We unfortunately, man, it's unfortunate, but basically, this is like a gang up situation, right? Where the whole world is kind of like less gifted when it comes to resources, like natural resources,
true.
right? So if Panda's literally, if Panda's house has all the gold and you and I don't have that, if somehow Panda doesn't find a way to like beef up his security and all these things,
Yeah.
and he's just like living naked at his house, which
Tough.
is the story. Which is the story that is pushed all the time. It's like
Yeah.
we got a bunch of naked people in Africa, and there's some stories. There's some gold here and there.
Yeah.
If everybody's trying to attack you, there's really nothing you can do. There's really nothing you can do about it. Is it still good? I say it is one of those things where, like, it's almost as if like the blessing of Africa is also its curse. So because everybody knows what you have, everybody's going to strategize to steal that thing away from you. So
Yeah.
that's also economical. So it's like if we can take away all your natural resources and all your wealth and whatever, what else can we take from you? Because people are fucking selfish. That's just like sometimes that's just our nature. It's like how much can we suck out of this,
Yeah.
So, and again, with like the whole thing of slavery, let's say in America, there's obviously like a thing that's created around cotton and clothing and whatever, fabrics, all that stuff. They can do it themselves for sure, right? They can, but it's like, let's just get some people to do this. That within itself is a form of AI. No, but let me finish.
Yeah. Let him
If you can get something to do,
The man cook.
Let the man cook.
if
Let
you,
him cook.
if you can figure out a way to get like hard labor done without you even having to pay for it, that's kind of what AI is, because it's basically doing all that work that people don't like to do, which is picking cotton and
It's
doing all
tricky
that stuff.
because that's new work. and it's not
No, no,
work
no,
hours.
no.
But I hear what you're saying.
Think about it conceptually. I'm saying to you that like anything that you don't want to do, if you can get someone else to do it for free, that would most probably be the most ideal thing. Now, of course, to get to that point, you have to do some atrocious shit, to take people from where they are to with where you want them to be, and then do a whole thing about it. So everything in the world is just run by money. It just is money. It's all money run.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's just what it is, man. It's like I don't see a thing in the world. Like if you mention anything, like even politics, I think if you mention anything right now to me, I can find a way to link into money. It's all money related.
Makes
I hear
sense.
you. I
Like
hear you.
we are where we are because money.
And I hear you, and it's a good point. My point is where to from here. That's my point. Like my thing is like, I acknowledge how things came about. I acknowledge the need that there were resources. A person is a resource. I acknowledge all of that. But I'm just like, if now your stance is, you were the person who was oppressing, and now all of a sudden you're preaching about fairness, then I am allowed to raise the fact that you weren't fair to start with.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. I'm allowed
Yeah.
to. You're right. It's about money. It's about all of that. But if you are now going to preach to me about fairness and all of that, I'm always going to bring it up then.
How much of
I'm
this
going
is
to
part
bring
of-
up everything about why you weren't fair to start with. And until you are fair to me, then we can have a conversation. Then we can move forward. Sure, it's about money.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like I think about it sometimes like this, right?
Then our relationship will always be separate. And that's it.
And that's just how things are going to be. It's in order for you to come to terms with things and whatever, like if I did you wrong, right?
Yeah.
And you know that you and I have to work together regardless of what I did to you, and you're saying the only way I'm going to work with you is if you apologize, and you know I'm not going to apologize. So this just means that we will just not work together ever.
Yes.
Then also by us not working
Unless
together,
you apologize.
yes, but also you do realize that by you still holding on to that grudge, for the most part, it does a disservice to you. Like how much of this trauma are we holding on to that is doing a disservice to us? I'm not even saying that like we should
I know
not
what you're saying.
acknowledge all these things that have happened.
I know
but I'm
it's
just
a great
like,
place to
we
be.
gotta push. We gotta push. Like
No.
I know, bro. We've been hurt. All these
We
things.
will
but
push.
fuck.
We will push amongst ourselves.
Okay.
But we're not working with you until you acknowledge it. That's it.
Even if you not working with me does more of a disservice to you, because me apologizing is just more of like
No,
me,
your
me
assumption
freeing up
that it
your
does
thing.
more damage is the damage. Because for me, I'm like, no, until you acknowledge what you're saying, I can't work with you. And it's not a disservice, because then I will empower ourselves
Okay.
and we will grow together.
How so when I'm funding you?
No, that's the thing. Like it starts from a small thing.
Yeah.
We can start small. We have time. We will start small.
I also have time.
No, you have all of it. You have everything.
Yeah. I got time, and here's the thing, man.
You have everything.
I have everything. In fact, I have the power to either open or close the tap on you.
But
Is
we
what I'm
also
saying.
have the power to not support you.
Nigga, you're hungry. The fuck?
I know,
What
but
are you talking about?
I mean,
there's only so far we can. There's only
for it.
so far we can. It goes back to the thing. There's only so much torture we can take until we start, revolting.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
eventually, if you don't change, which
and,
they had
and
to,
if you're the minority, bro,
yeah,
you also somewhat know your place.
So
Yeah.
here's my thing, right? If you are in a hole, you're in a hole, you're drowning. It's a hole full of water. You can't swim.
Yeah, the one you put me in.
Yes, the one I put you in. I
Yes,
definitely put
exactly.
you inside
No,
of it.
exactly.
No, for sure. Yeah, no. I take full shots. I put you in there.
Yeah.
I know what I did.
That's an apology.
Yeah, no, but I'm not. I know what I did, but I will never admit it to
Okay,
you. That's
sure,
what I'm
sure,
saying.
sure,
We
sure.
both know what the
Yeah, but that's
situation is.
capitalism, and that's great. Yeah,
And I have a rope to pull you out.
yeah, for sure.
But and I saw the thing inside there, and you were like, I will not grab onto this rope until you apologize for for putting me in this hole. And I'm like, oh, okay, then I'm a man. You can, like, what must happen? Like,
I get that
That's
analogy.
the kind of, analogy that I'm making is like, what do you do in that situation? Because that's what I'm saying to you. You're saying, I'm not going to work with you until you apologize. And I'm saying, my nigga, you need this rope more than I do. I'm already
I build
at
a
the top.
city in that hole.
You build a city.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah, but
do.
it's a slum. You don't want to
I
be
gotta
there.
start somewhere.
Okay.
I'll find a seed.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro.
Go in.
That's what I'm
Explain.
saying. That's what I'm
explain to me.
saying.
No, explain to me.
Yeah, bro. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'm saying I will find something. I will see a root.
resourceful.
I'm resourceful, bro. I'll see a root. I'll grow that root. I'll build a tree in there. I'll build a house. I'll dig even deeper. I'll make a windmill. I'll make water. I'll drink that water. I'll take some seed. I'll grow corn in that fucking hole, bro.
Okay, but here's
that's
my
what
thing.
I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you can say that for
Yeah,
sure.
bro.
And here's the thing. You can have that push. I get it, right?
Sure.
You can have that push. But
Yeah.
even within that,
Yeah.
you're a Steve Biko right now.
Yeah,
I can
sure.
still cut you, bro.
Cut me, bro.
And that's fine.
But the idea of that guy
Yeah?
said no, and he built his own civilization.
It
in
lives
that,
within more people.
Exactly.
And they're still going to keep doing that.
and they will do it until they rise above it.
Yeah, but
that's
okay.
the thing.
No.
Time is relative. You are talking about, oh, I'm gonna start for 3 months, nigga. What happens in 10 years with that mindset?
What do you mean? Say that again?
No,
With
no, no.
that building mindset.
Say again?
Yeah. So you said I'm gonna starve in 3 months. I'm gonna be
Yes.
dead. I'm
Yes.
Biko. I'm gone.
Yes.
Sure. That mindset resonates across the whole continent.
Facts.
Let them hear a whiff of that story, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Let them hear a whiff of that story. They're gone, bro.
But
that's the thing. You have to ignite something within a people.
You got it.
Bro, let that story come out. They have to destroy that story. That guy built a well in there, and
Sure.
and he survived for. They were expecting him to last a month.
We're getting somewhere with this.
He lived for 6 months in that well.
And that's what I like, Terrence.
Let
that's
them
what I'm saying.
hear that story.
That's what I'm saying.
Now
Like,
those people are gone.
people have to come together in order for some change to happen.
I'm with you.
How are we fucking gonna affect change if we do not have the same idea of something? For instance,
Sure.
in 1976, it really didn't matter. Like even though like the whole of Soweto was divided into different sections of different languages,
Yeah.
that day it really just didn't matter whether you're from like a Sotho school, a Zulu school, a Venda one. My man, when you guys came together for that one thing, you knew what you wanted in that moment.
That's what I'm saying. See. I think we just realized what the power of a narrative can do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm willing to go. I'm not willing to say I'm working with you just because you gave me a rope. Fuck that. I'm willing to go for this narrative. I'm willing because the power of a narrative.
Thinking about the next generation.
I'm thinking about my kids. I'm thinking about everyone else. I'm not taking that rope. I'm not taking that 100 crate to for you to relinquish my podcast. I'm not taking that. This is a podcast. It has the power of a narrative. And if we are somewhat represent a potential of good leadership, this goes somewhere.
Nice.
This leads to something beautiful.
Agreed.
And it's a great place because you've introduced something like that is super cool. Like it's a spark, you know. It takes that spark, but it takes somebody just going like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about your rope.
I like this because here's my thing. So I mean, within that, if I could just antagonize you a little bit more,
Sure.
because I feel like if we role play like this, then we are able to
To find
get
something real,
as opposed to just like because
you need to play the devil's
yeah.
advocate.
So
for sure.
so if I say to you, yeah, sure, you can ignite that flame in there, but you know that they are, in as much as you won't take the rope, I'll throw in a couple more ropes, and I know there's gonna be people who look exactly like you who will take that rope because
they've taken that
not everyone can take the same amount of pressure, and not everyone has the same amount of drive to keep going through struggle to one day kind of like reap the benefits at the end.
And it's asking too much.
even
And I
if-
understand if you take the rope.
Yeah.
I get it, bro.
Don't you think those people work against like the main objective of the thing? Because what I'm saying to you is the reason why I'm going to win at the end of this, regardless of what you do, regardless of your struggle, regardless of your story and whatever. The thing is also like, I also control your narrative Like I control what your identity is by saying,
That's why I'm like, they have to burn that story.
no, I get it.
They
Yeah,
have to.
for sure. But if I'm
But
saying
if
to you,
if there's a worker there who is a farmer, who's a slave up there,
Yeah.
he has a whiff of that story, and he goes back home and tells anybody, oh, there's a lot of stories that have been burnt
true.
that could have probably changed the history,
Yeah.
changed everything.
But it starts somewhere.
Of a man, an ordinary man who did the wildest stuff. They like that story cannot come out because that is such that you gave them hope.
Do my question to that was, do you think that
They work against us.
no. There's another one. It's like because I'm the one who provides you with that rope, right? Or rather, a seemingly convenient way of getting out of your situation, even though I'm not going to acknowledge or apologize for it. If I'm the one who is then giving you the solution, supposedly, and you're not taking it, essentially that then becomes part of your story. That becomes who you are. Like basically your whole image of being black is around.
I said no.
No to who though? It's like
No to somebody who was offering what seems like help. Because it's not help.
it's not.
It's not help. You are asking me to betray my people. Because you don't want to acknowledge what you did. So
You
you
think-
giving me a rope is actually a betrayal.
Do you think we can get over that? Like, I get it, right? It's like, do you like, if I did you wrong, Terrence, like just today, if I did you wrong,
I'm okay with you not apologizing. Don't forget that.
that's what I mean, right?
No, but I'm staying there. Remember what I'm doing is I'm building slowly. We are keeping our it's not even about keeping dignity. This is beyond dignity. We have to build on our own, because with you not acknowledging it is what you're saying is when you come out of this hole, you're gonna still need me. You're gonna still need a couple of ropes.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's not how we're gonna live, because then it goes the opposite direction. You presented it as help. Remember, you said I'm
did.
better off
I did.
as an antagonist.
Yeah.
Now I'm proving that I'm not, right? Because if I get out of there, I am not better off.
How do you get a lot of people to think in that same way?
I mean, if you treat
It's tough.
if you treat people,
It's leadership.
yeah, but if you treat all of them badly, they
Back
will
to our
see.
previous conversation.
In the
about-
car?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
No, in the car. So we have a bunch of people who we look up to.
Sorry.
In the industry.
No, it's
I'm so
okay.
sorry. It's like
no,
so
it's fine. I've been quiet for like
We're running.
30
There's
minutes.
something, there's something here.
I've been quiet for 30 minutes. I'm letting you guys
Let us cook,
It's,
let us cook.
it's fine.
so it's exactly that. Like
I'll just go grab some. I'm kidding.
the conversation that you and I had in the car about the people who are in the same industry as us and we look up to, right? And I'm talking about like the Joburg niggas, right?
Yeah.
We look up to these guys, the way in which they move is cool and whatever. And I was asking you, do you think that they could affect change? And you were like, do you want to say what you said?
Yeah, I think they could definitely do a better job.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's exactly what I said, but if there's a word I said, I reuse it.
You did say exactly that.
Yeah,
You said that they could affect change, but they're just not leading right. Because the way in which I feel like they're leading right now has to do with like all the stuff that is really just not important. Like it's cool, it's
Yeah.
nice to see and everything. It's like it's aesthetics,
Yeah.
but
I think they could affect a more of a change, but at the same time, I do acknowledge that they're doing both, right? They are in some degree doing both, but if they could focus on just the blatant good, they could affect a lot more. They could be more iconic.
they could be.
They could be more iconic because they are.
But don't you
aiming
build up
for-
to that?
No, you build up to it, and we are building up to it because at the same time we still succumb to our desires for materialistic things. Look at I have a pink hat, so I'm still falling short in my desires. You know what I mean? Even though this was kind of,
Nah, but that's tricky.
but I think people can, especially in our surroundings, the people we take influence to, like people who inspire us, to people who we look up to.
Yeah.
We we also have the mindset of looking at their shortcomings and fixing them.
This is
That's why I'm like, they are doing their very best. Could they do more? They could definitely do more. But that's the more we now responsible for, because they have now walked a couple of miles. We need to walk further. And for us to work further is not to necessarily succumb to all these desires that they might have failed to overcome. So, you know, like,
That's tough.
I know, like, we like sneakers. And we have better things to do with money.
We do.
And I know it makes us happy. But nothing will make you happier than helping another person.
You know what it is, man?
And
I do agree with that.
I struggle with it.
I do agree with that. So it's like, I think that, damn it. Look, just give me a second while I get this one.
Go for it. We
Give
have
me a
time.
second while I get this one. Oh, yeah. So, I really do think that, look, in as much as we can say that they can affect it, I just want to look at it in another way. Sometimes people who don't really care about the aesthetics don't get the amount of attention they need to affect enough change.
That's a great point.
That's a fantastic
So,
point.
because
That's fantastic.
because you are someone who peacocks your way into people's hearts, you then become someone who, first of all, a lot of people are watching, right? And then because you have that amount of, you know, like attention and
That's a
you
great
are
point.
then able, like you're basically putting yourself on a pedestal or on a stage to then say and do all the things that people
Oh,
need to
that's
see
great.
and hear.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's a great point.
That's a fantastic point.
So maybe it's not a bad thing that, you know, you're buying all the sneakers
and
and you're being cool.
bowl jangles. Like, you gotta tap dance into, you know.
Tough.
So no. Bojangles was tapping in Morse code.
Yeah.
So as he was tapping,
Oh, shit.
he was saying a message. You know what I'm saying?
Golly.
Ooh,
Yes, fire.
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, in a sense. So it's like, you gotta play the game. You gotta be inside some system. You gotta kind of present. You gotta, like you're saying,
Interesting.
wear the plumage, be bright, so you can
Presentation's
get people's attention, and then say something life changing.
Yeah, presentation is
that's
important.
great. I think
Because
that's a great
look,
point.
It's very important.
If thingy, you know, the best example I can make of this is Muhammad Ali. It's like, if he was just like the most bland, you know, boxer ever, he wouldn't have said all these things that he said back then. Like, he said some pretty inspirational stuff, and also like he was someone who like took care of himself. Like, he looked good. Like,
He was attractive.
the way in which you present yourself is very important, so that you can actually get the attention you need, so you can pass this message.
We need a
message
beautiful
through.
leader.
We need beautiful leaders. That's it's like take care of yourself. Like but they can look good. Like,
Yeah.
make me want to listen and hear what you want to say.
No, for
Yeah.
sure. For
You
sure.
know?
Let's go get sneakers then.
Let's
let's
get
go.
more sneakers.
No.
Oh, I thought. Okay.
There is a balance.
God.
There is a balance.
There is a balance.
Find your own balance and
for
be
sure.
truth to that balance. Be really true to that balance. As long as your intention at the end of the day is to affect change and positive change, then
Yeah.
please run with it. Present yourself well.
Nice.
And then get yourself a podcast that can do both.
Oh my God. Is
Always. Always.
that a good place? Jesus Christ.
It is.
I think it is, man.
Okay. What is it again? Is it like?
Comment.
Subscribe.